Hey there, this is the third of the sort of exercise vlogs. I'll go through the last workout that I do, the chest and try workout at the end of this video. Just checking back in, thinking about what I've already talked about so far, which has been things like relationship with motivation, trying to build that back up, or build it up fresh, and my relationship with food and body. This one's really about, I guess, overachievement and self-belief. So, I was have been a really massive overachiever, and throughout my life, and my life sort of revolved around for a long, long time achievements and accomplishments. More than, developing an authentic relationship with myself. So there's always been a lack of joy within my life, but with my achievements themselves. And how that relates to exercise and body stuff is that basically, all the gains or the success that I would have in this aspect of my life, they'd always go away. So no matter what shape I got into, no matter how fit, no matter how thin, how much weight I lost, whatever, it all would go away. I'd always put the weight back on, and I was always in these cycles of going up and then down and up and down, yo-yoing basically. And it's not because I didn't value my achievements and my accomplishments. It's because I didn't value myself. And that's really what, if I have some kind of message or anything around this stuff, it's like losing weight is one thing, getting in shape is one thing, but you've got to have a relationship with yourself, and you've got to like yourself before you do any of that achieving or accomplishing with anything. I mean, I'm talking about exercise, but I'm talking about it in any aspect of life. Same goes with my academic career and my, other achievements that I've had in my creative career. Really good things would come my way. I'd work for them and work really hard, but I never took any pride in them. I didn't really celebrate them, and a lot of that has got to do with how I feel. Well, no, all of that has to do with how I feel about myself. And it's the same with the exercise stuff. I'd get in really good shape. I'd look in the mirror. To be honest, I think I always had a touch of body dysmorphia, because it didn't matter how in shape I got. I never thought I looked good. So again, didn't have a good positive relationship with myself. But the thing is that why this occurred is because I didn't really want to change one thing. I didn't just want to lose weight. I didn't just want to get in shape. I didn't want to just, have success in my career. I wanted my entire life to change, which is kind of telling, right? I was always thinking, I'm going to lose this weight, or I'm going to get in shape, or I'm going to, advance in my career, and everything is going to change. But the thing is, I'd get to the end of it, I'd lost some weight, I'd gotten in shape, a good thing something good had developed in my career, but my life never changed because I didn't change. And I would look around and realize that when my life hadn't changed, that I would only become more frustrated and more upset and depressed for the fact that I just expended so much effort and energy trying to lose weight, trying to get in shape, trying to advance my career, and yet I was still the same person, and I was still in the same place, and I still had the same relationship with myself. So because I'd made all that effort, I would get upset, and then everything would fall by the wayside, and I'd be back to square one. Certainly in the exercise realm, I would look in the mirror and I'd say, well, you look good, you've lost that weight now. Why hasn't everything changed? Why don't I have a positive relationship with my family? Why don't I feel good? And then, I'd sink into kind of like a depression. Things would fall apart, and then I'd be back here, right? So basically, the point being that, all along, it's me. I'm the thing that has needed to change, not my weight, not my relationship with exercise. My relationship with myself is the thing that has needed to change. Doesn't matter how many sit-ups or push-ups I do, and it doesn't matter what adjustments I make to my diet, it's going to make no difference in the long run if I can't take pride in my achievements, if I can't feel good about myself, and if I can't give myself a break. So now it feels like it's time, right? So I'm ticking along here. I'm going really, really slow, which is probably what I'm going to talk about in the next one of these, is going slow and how slowness can sort of cement a relationship with resolve. I think Tuesday's video I've talked about this. I talk about the 4 different selves. There is self-belief, self-confidence, self-worth, and self-esteem. But the thing that you really need to have is resolve, that you keep coming back to making some sort of effort in your life. That's the important thing. So, and I liken resolve to slowness. Resolve feels slow, and it feels, because it's slow, it feels long-lasting. And I'll touch on that in the next one of these. But those are the things I'm thinking about today. Just how am I going to build this relationship with myself, my self-worth, my self-belief, and those other things I've talked about throughout the week: self-esteem, self-confidence, and so on, okay? It's through resolve, it's through slowness, and it's through this sort of understanding that, hey, it's not the exercise and the diet that needs to change, it's an overall mindset that needs to change. And that's really it. So yeah, I'm going to show you that last workout that I do, workout number 3. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, last workout for the week. This is workout number 3. This is my chest and tricep and a little bit of ab work. Just the same as always, treadmill to start. I remembered to record stretching this time. So there is me stretching. Started with a warm-up, 20 minutes on the treadmill. And yeah, little stretch. Then, here we go, back to the board. I've done this shot before, right? And then we're down here again, only about 5 exercises there, effectively 4 with some sit-ups at the end. So again, this is nothing crazy. This is super light, just getting back into it. I think I said last time, I'm trying to get these exercises back into my system, which is how it feels. You know, I mean, these weights are not impressive. Stretching between sets as well, recording my weights, no matter how small they are. And yeah, obviously going with an incline press to start. And that's it. Moving on. 3 sets of in that 8 to 12 range, moving into cable flies. As I've said before, like, I'll chuck in an extra exercise as time goes on, and I will change the sets and rep ranges. Like, I'll add an extra set, but for the first 8 to 12 weeks, this is pretty much all I'm doing. This is nothing, but this is also not nothing, and it is not getting injured. So, finish with chest, finish with flies. Little overhead extension here on the triceps, and then finishing the tricep to exhaustion with a single arm push down. Start with the left, move to the right, and then alternate back on the next set. So I'll start with the right, move to the left, and yeah, just go back and forth. That's a good superset, by the way, if you want a good tricep pump. Not that I'm getting much of a pump these days. It's super light. So there we go. Started with the right, finished with the left. Oh, I recorded the 3rd set for a change. Yeah, you get the idea. Finishing off with abs. 3 sets of 10. That's it. Using a weight plate to keep my feet pinned down. And finally, look at that. Sexy stuff. Just some twists, okay? Loosening my back up and just trying to draw the skin in a little bit and keep my stomach relatively tight, thinking about some Pilates stuff. That's it. That is everything. Here's Kingsley. Bye. Oh, hello there. Somebody wants some food. Hey? Come on. Come on. Oh, give him a little jog on. All right, hang on.